a bad case of stripes writing lesson. And here's our objective. After an interactive read aloud, third grade students will be able to sequence the order of events of a story with 100% accuracy by completing a graphic organizer. Then students will write a short narrative essay using vocabulary words from the story with 100% accuracy. Blotches, contagious, examine, ointment, specialist, extraordinary, remedies, and vanished. Now here I would begin the review, and I would say, can anyone tell me what does it mean to sequence the events from a story? And then I would ask, what are transition words? And here the students might reply by saying that sequencing is to tell the beginning, middle, and end of a story correctly. And then they might also give me examples of transition words, first, second, and last, to indicate sequence. And as part of that review, we could do this activities like a game, and it's the story detail bags. And I would explain it to the students by saying, in this activity, we will be sequencing some of the events from the story, a bad case of stripes, with 3 bags. Each bag will contain a detail from the story. I need 3 volunteers, 1 for each bag. The volunteer will open the bag one at a time. They will read what's in the bag and then hold it in front of them so the class can see it. We will go through all 3 bags, and then I will take a vote from the class on what was first, next, and last, by a show of hands. And then I would also note which students got it right. And then we would begin our read aloud, very similar to lesson plan 2. And as we were reading through the book, which I won't read for purpose of time, we will discuss the vocabulary words from this text because I want them to use the words later in their short essays and in their graphic organizer. So then I will display the words here and their meanings, and then I would cover the word meanings with the students again like I did in lesson plan 2 by saying, say ointment, and then the students would repeat ointment. And then I would say an ointment is a smooth, oily preparation that is rubbed on the skin for medicinal purposes or as a cosmetic. And then I would go on to say, Neosporin is an ointment that can help scrapes heal faster. What does ointment mean? And then the students could reply what ointment means. An ointment is a smooth, oily preparation that is rubbed onto the skin for medicinal purposes. And then I would start the group work assignment, and I would explain it to them by saying we will complete a graphic organizer to document how we sequence the order of events in a story, a bad case of stripes. And I would explain to them that in this first square, they're to illustrate or sketch an event from the story. And then in the second square, they are to give a couple of sentences on what is happening in the first square. And then I would demonstrate by saying that I might draw Camilla here with her striped skin. And then here in the text section, I would say, I would write something like, Camilla is striped from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow. She said that she felt fine, but Camilla's mom said she wasn't going to go to school anyway. And then I would give what happened next, and so on, and continue to explain that. Then I would tell them they're to divide up into groups and complete the rest of the sequence and map, and review the directions with them. Now here, I would say to them, the students need to go back to their desk, and then I would say I would have the students write a short narrative essay about the last time they were sick. And if they can't think of one, they can make one up. As long as they're using vocabulary from the book, A Bad Case of Stripes, in their writing, and also use the transition words similar to the ones on the graphic organizer. And then I would say to them, great work. I really appreciate how well you worked in your groups. Now I need everyone to return to your desk. And I would go on here to say, I need you to take out a sheet of paper and write a short essay about the last time you were sick. And then I would go on to explain to them about using the vocabulary. And then I would ask for volunteers at the end to share their essays with the class. And to wrap everything up, we would tie it all in together. And I would say, remember those transition words that you used from your graphic organizer and sequence and map. And they could say, yes, first, next, and then, and finally. Do you remember why we use those words in our writing? And then they could say, yes, because those words give the correct order of the story details. And then I would say, can you think of any other type of writing that transition words can be used in? And then they could say, yes, like when a reporter is writing an article for the newspaper, or when they're helping their mom cook with a recipe and how that's in a sequence. And then I would say, correct and great work. And that is it for this lesson plan. I really feel like I was able to use the feedback to make this lesson plan probably the strongest lesson plan I've had this semester across all classes. I do love this book. As I've said before, my children both love this book, and this is definitely a book I would choose to have in my classroom library for my future students if I taught that grade level. I really liked the sequence and map so students could have an option or could express what they've learned both in drawing and writing a few sentences, because I think that's a great opportunity to differentiate among all learners in the classroom. Again, I hope you like this lesson plan, and I've enjoyed figuring out how to make these videos, although I'm not actually able to present this in the classroom. But I am working on a lesson plan for Friday for another class. So anyway, that is all that I have for you. Thank you so much.